Close to you. Well, this is as close to you as we're going to get tonight. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. I appreciate it. I'm so thrilled to be back. Bob Egan, and I'm here every Wednesday and Sunday. The exciting thing about our Wednesday nights is that it's a special theme show. Of course, in about a second before we went live, I realized that every song in the Burt Bacharach songbook that I know what I was about to play, I realized is already in the show. So I was going to blow it all by quick scuffling last second to get to think of one that wasn't in the show that's iconic, but Close to You, the Carpenters. I'll talk more about Burt as we go along, but that song actually was a big hit in 1970, but Burt Bacharach actually had written that back in like 1961 or 62. It was like 8 years before it was a hit. And a couple other people had recorded it. And of course, the iconic hit is the Carpenters, and who would touch it after that, right? So anyway, for those of you who are joining us tonight for the first time, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And for those who come watch us often, thank you for your continued support and for tuning in all the time and sharing this, as you could do right now. Share this with your friends. And they might just tune in right now too. And why should you be having all the fun tonight and they miss out? Also, so if for those of you who are watching for the first time, what we do tonight is I have a lot of guest singers that come in, and these are just normal people that just sing at their home. They're all making their songs from their home. These are the people that would come into my piano bar, which is another reason why we call it the virtual piano bar, because when you go to a piano bar, you get all kinds of you get the best and the most incredible singers, and you get just people and then you find out that they're like a lawyer, or they're a mechanic or something, or a hairdresser. You just find out that they have a day job, but their passion is singing. So what we try to do is bring a little bit of that into your living room and into your homes, and that's what we're all about tonight. And tonight's show, the Burt Bacharach, it was just amazing when we thought about this as a theme. When I looked at the songs, it's like, where do you start? We could have 17 Burt Bacharach shows and not repeat a song. So what we're trying to do tonight is present some of the iconic songs, and hopefully you'll be singing along the whole time, as you're most welcome to do. So I think what I'm going to do before any further, we're going to get the night off to a start. With a great Burt Bacharach song. Coming all the way to us from Long Branch, New Jersey, is Giuseppe.
Hey, everybody. Bob and I are about to perform for you a song that was written and produced by the dynamic duo of Burt Bacharach, the man of the hour this hour, and the late, great Hal David. And it was first a hit record by New Jersey legend Ms. Dionne Warwick back in 1963. It was the 5th of her 58 to date Billboard Hot 100 chart placings, and was also nominated for Best R&B Recording at the Grammys. It was also a hit record later on for Isaac Hayes, and has been covered by many artists over the years. I'm super excited for us to perform it for you tonight, and hope you enjoy our rendition of Walk On By. See me walking down the street, and I start to cry each time we meet. Walk on by, walk on by. Make believe that you don't see the tears. Just let me grieve in private, 'cause each time I see you, I break down and cry. Walk on by, don't stop. Walk on by, don't stop. Walk on by. I just can't get over losing you, and so if I seem broken and blue, walk on by. Walk on by. Pride, that's all that I have left, so let me hide the tears and the sadness you gave me when you said goodbye. Walk on by. stop, walk on by. Don't stop, walk on by. Don't stop, walk on. Walk on by. Walk on by. For this ride, that's all that I have left. So let me hide the tears and the sadness you gave me when you said goodbye. Walk on by, don't stop, walk on by. Now you really gotta go, so walk on by. Baby, you didn't even see the tears I cried. Walk on by.
Thank you, Giuseppe. I forgot to mention before Giuseppe sang that Giuseppe and I shared the Monday night slot at the Asbury Hotel, the Asbury, it's called, in Asbury Park, and he does the karaoke. He's a great karaoke host and a great singer and a gracious karaoke host, and he does the show every other Monday, and I do the other Monday in between. So if you go on a Monday night to the Asbury, well, not right now, but if you go to the Asbury on a Monday night, you'll get to sing either with him or with me. So a couple other, first of all, I also wanted to mention, get your cocktail, cheers. I have my single martini every show, and relax, have a drink. I don't drink alone, so I waited for the show, waited for you guys. I wanted to tell you a little bit more about Burt Bacharach before we move on. Burt Bacharach, I was surprised at all the stuff I found out. Was that he goes back to 1957, which was a special year in my book. You know why. And he's won 6 Grammys, 3 Academy Awards. Over 1,000 artists have recorded his songs. A lot of what he did was with Burt Bacharach and Hal David, and he had also written with a couple other people. And the reason why I wanted to mention about who he wrote with is because we always a lot of times talk about a singer-songwriter. We'll talk about Jerome Kern. We'll talk about Sammy Kahn, but we always forget. A lot of people forget that they're only half of the team. A lot of songwriters, with the exception of Cole Porter, Jerry Herman, and Irving Berlin, and Stephen Sondheim, are like they're an all-in-one. But a lot of people are a team. And Burt Bacharach, everybody he teamed up with, he wrote great songs. But I think his most iconic and his biggest hits were all with Hal David. It was just an amazing thing to read about all of his work, and and then later on, I mean, he wrote up to like 1998. He was writing with Elvis Costello, and he is alive and well at 92. So I think songwriting is good for you. And he was married to Carol Bayer Sager, another songwriter. So anyway, so tonight what we're trying to do is I try to pick like the top like 10, 11, 12 of my favorite Burt songs and incorporate them in the show so you could all enjoy. And I am going to present our next singer. She's no stranger to the show. She's been on a couple times, and she will be on many times in the future. And she is proof in this next entry. She is proof that singers can do this anywhere. You've seen James Corbin's car karaoke, and my friend Liz Calloway does it in the car, does a song like once a week that she sings while she's just driving, and it's hysterical. So a lot of my singers are just presenting their videos. Again, this is all new to them, but they're changing it up and coming up with, you can do this wherever you want, as proof with my friend Lisa Sherman.
Hey there, everybody. So this is a really interesting scenario. This was the day I'm going to be filming for this song. I chose the day, no problem. And I'm getting ready to film in the house. And a builder who I've been trying to get over to my house for about a month knocks on the door and shows up. Hammer, chisel, God knows whatever he's doing. And so I call Frankie, and I said, I'm coming over to film because this is the time I can do it. He says, you can't come over here. I'm recording all day. I can't have you here doing that. Okay, so I've been banned by Frankie's house. And I thought, okay, no problem. I have to go to the vet anyway in about an hour. I'll go to the vet. And while I'm at the vet, I will, you know, go in a little spot and see if I can do the song. Well, they would not let me inside. In fact, they came out with all this stuff around their faces, and, you know, I understand, I respect it all, but they scared the dog, freaked out the dog. The dog gets upset. I start crying. I'm like, I'm just going to go sit in my car. And so here it is. I am in the car. This is real time, folks. And I am going to do this song. Oh my goodness, this is quite something. So love to you all. Hope you're all having a great day. I love you, Pop. Okay, let's see how this works. Here we go. Bacharach, can't go wrong. Diamore, can't go wrong. What do you get when you fall in love? A guy with a pin to burst your bubble. That's what you get for all of your trouble. I'll never fall in love again. I'll never fall in love again. What do you get when you kiss a guy? You get enough germs to catch pneumonia. After you do, he'll never phone you out. I'll never fall in love again. No, no, I'll never fall in love again. Don't tell me what it's all about, 'cause I've been there and I'm glad I'm out. I'm out of those chains that bind you. That is why I'm here to remind you. What do you get when you fall in love? You only get a life of pain and sorrow. So for at least until tomorrow, I'll never fall in love again. No, no, I'll never fall in love again. Don't tell me what it's all about, 'cause I've been there and I'm glad I'm out. I'm out of those chains that bind you. That is why I'm here to remind you. What do you get when you fall in love? You only get lies and pain and sorrow. So for at least until tomorrow, I'll never fall in love again. No, 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 I'll never fall in love again. Oh no, don't you know that I'll never fall in love again. Well, maybe one more time.
I love stuff like that. I just love that. Lisa, I love you for that. I love that you just said, you know what, I'm just going to do it. And when you're that good, you can just sing anywhere. And I just can't imagine the other people in the parking lot going, you know, hey, Joe, this chick's singing next to me in the car. I think she's crazy. I love that. So thanks so much, Lisa. So a couple things. I want to shout out to some people. First of all, I want to shout out to some people watching. Then I want to shout out to some very special people. So Sarah and Charles, Maurice and Rick, Jane, my friend Jane Arthur from Odette's, and Laurel Lee, Allison, thank you for watching. And my friend James, and James from Whitehorse Village. Yeah, great. And also Marta in Philadelphia, and Jeff up in Provincetown, Helen in New Hope, Beth Hansen, Karen Clayton, Bobby in California. Thank you, Bobby, for watching. And Sharon and Kevin and Will, my friend Will down in Florida, my friends Bev and Guy, thank you very much for watching. And Bennett Lee and his father, and Elizabeth and Patrice, Jeff's wife, who's going to be coming up next, our next singer. But before I go any further, I do want to tell you about something special tonight. So in addition to, as we say, we really appreciate your gratitude, your noticing the virtual, tip jar thing, because as my other piano player friends would say, otherwise it's a free show. But I just am glad to have you watch. So, but tonight we have something very special. I have very dear friends that wanted to be a sponsor in tonight's show, and they are a featured major sponsor in making sure tonight's show happens. So I want to thank them very much. My friends at F. Gerald New up in Harding and Chatham, New Jersey, the whole Jekyll family. My friend Jean and her wonderful 3 children, Ed and Gretchen and Catherine and Paul, the brother-in-law. You guys are amazing. You're like a family to me. My friend Jean, a lot of people know that over the years, for 19 years, I've been playing at 2 different cancer centers in the morning for 19 years. Well, one for 19 years and one for 2.5. And it was Jean Jekyll's idea to have me come and do what I do at night, from 9 to 12, but do it at 9 to 12 a.m. to noon. And I thought she was crazy at first. I said, piano in the hospital? Well, it's very special work, and it's changed my life, and it's been very helpful to a lot of people. So we all are thankful to you. Your shop is amazing. Drinking from my martini glass tonight that says, I have ones that say yours and mine, and tonight I have mine. But they have amazing stuff. I'll tell you more about what they have as the show goes on. But thank you very much for your interest in the show, and I have a little more to say about you later on. So, moving right along, our next singer comes from New Hope, Pennsylvania. He is a singer, songwriter, and in addition to his regular work, and but as a songwriter, he's really known as a parody guy and writes the most wonderful parodies. I'd like to tell you before he sings tonight's Burt Bacharach song what his top 3 parodies in my book are. He is the writer for I'll Be Home for Pesach, You Don't Bro Me, and Putting on a Bris. There you go. And here he is to sing a Burt Bacharach song for you. Please welcome Jeff Stomboski.
You see this guy's in love with you. Yes, I'm in love. Who looks at you the way I do? When you smile, I can tell we know each other very well. How can I show you? I'm glad I got to know you, 'cause I've heard some talk. They say you think I'm fine. Yes, I'm in love. And what I do to make you mine, tell me now, is it so? Don't let me be the last to know. My hands are shaking. Don't let my heart keep breaking, 'cause I need your love. I want your love. Say you're in love with this guy. If not, I'll just die. Tell me now, is it so? Don't let me be the last to know. My hands breaking. Don't let my heart keep breaking, 'cause I need your love. I want your love. Say you're in love with this guy. If not, I'll just die.
I love that song. Thank you, Jeff. Thanks for coming in to do that for us tonight. I noticed that also since I was talking to you, some wonderful people. Actually, my friend Randy Roberts, one of the most amazing performers, who was a staple at Odette's back in the day. Randy Roberts is watching us from Key West, Florida. And David Mayoko. David, I always loved when you played for somebody at Odette's. It was always such a treat to have you. So it's so good to see you watching. My friend Jane and Marvin Brown out in Tucson, and Charlotte and Pam Jorgensen. What a crowd tonight we have. So anyway, cheers to all of you. Thanks for joining us. Also, I want to wish my friend Nancy DiRienzo a happy birthday, and I hope you're watching. But if you're not, you can watch it tomorrow. We're also on YouTube Live, which is great, so you can tell your friends if they missed it, they can catch it tomorrow or later in the week, whenever. It's never too late to tune in. Our next song, another one that I just had to have in the show. And she's no stranger to the show either. She's been on a couple times, and we love her. Usually if you came to Odette's or to Bowman's Tavern, you'd see her singing almost every Friday night. And she never disappoints us. So please welcome from Newtown, Pennsylvania, the beautiful Patty Leone.
Hi there, everybody. Bob. So happy to be back enjoying one of the theme nights, actually, the Burt Bacharach music night, which I'm really pleased to be a part of. Thank you, Bob, for asking me to join in on this night, because I really happen to love his music. And I am going to do a song that I believe Dusty Spring, 1967 maybe, something like that. Anyway, here goes. The look of love is in your eyes, a look your smile can't disguise. The look of love is saying so much more than words could ever say. And what my heart has heard, well, it takes my breath away. I can hardly wait to hold you, feel my arms around you. How long I have waited just to love you. Now that I have found you, the look of love is on your face, the look that time can't erase. Be mine tonight. Let this be just the start of so many nights like this. Let's take our lover's vow and we'll seal it with a kiss. I can hardly wait to hold you, feel my arms around you. How long I have waited just to love you. Now that I have found you, don't ever go. Be mine tonight. Let this be just the start. Let's take our lover's vow and we'll seal it with a kiss. I can hardly wait to hold you, feel my arms around you. How long I have waited just to love you. Now that I have found you, don't ever go. Don't ever go. I love you so. Thank you.
Great, Patty. Wait, that wasn't the right chord. There it is. I love that song, right? Isn't that one of the... I think that if I had a list like the sexiest songs ever written, that would be like in the top 3. It's just like really like... It's just sexy, right? There's no other words for it. Our next performer... Oh, wait, before I do that, I have a couple trivia things. Don't cheat and look on Wikipedia. And don't answer Jeff Stelmosky or Lou Ruvolo because you know everything about Burt Bacharach and you will know the answers right away. But we'll see if anybody gets it. So Patty was just talking about Dusty Springfield. Well, of course, the singer that did the most, that's most associated with Burt Bacharach is, of course, Dionne Warwick. How many hits did Burt have with Dionne Warwick? You'll never guess. Or how many hits or how many singles, I think it was, with Dionne. You will never get. It's an amazing number. I want to see who gets that number right. So our next performer. So this is what I want to tell you about real quick. So the next song is not Burt Bacharach and Hal David. It's Burt Bacharach and Bob Hilliard. This is a song from like 1959, I think it is, that Burt wrote that I would never have guessed in a million years that Burt wrote that. But like Neil Sedaka and a lot of other singers, we know them from like one period on, but there's a period before that that they wrote the songs that were all like very 60-ish sounding, that sounded nothing like the songwriter that they became and that they really became known for their style. They weren't, they hadn't arrived yet at what they do. So Lou had brought to my attention a song that I had never heard of before, but here to sing it from Asbury Park, please welcome Lou Ruvolo.
Greetings from Asbury Park and good evening, everyone. This song that I'm going to do for you tonight was made famous in the fall of 1961 by the writing team of Burt Bacharach and Bob Hildebrand. It's one of the more obscure songs in his repertoire, but it was made famous by Gene McDaniel. Now, some of you are probably recognizing that name. This was actually his second gold record. And the reason you recognize his name is because in the spring of 61, he had a #1 gold hit with 100 Pounds of Clay. So without further ado, here is Tower of Strength. If I were a tower of strength, I'd walk away, I'd look in your eyes, and here's what I'd say: I don't want you, I don't need you, I don't love you anymore. And I'd walk out the door, you'd be down on your knees, you'd be calling to me. But a tower of strength is something I'll never be. If I were a tower of strength, I'd watch you cry, I'd laugh at your tears and tell you goodbye. I don't want you, I don't need you, I don't love you anymore. And I'd walk out the door, you'd be down on your knees, you'd be calling to me. But a tower of strength is something I'll never be. you'd walk out that door, you'd be down on your knees, you'd be calling to me. But a tower of strength, this is something I'll never be. Ooh, 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 ah.
Sure. Cha cha cha. Cha 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 cha. Or whatever, I forget. What keyboard? There we go. Anyway, thanks, Lou. That's a great song. I never in a million years, I haven't even heard that song, let alone would think that's Burt Bacharach. It was really interesting to find out that before Close to You, there was a whole world of Burt Bacharach that I never even knew about. And I was surprised that, like, the Shirelles, there's one of the Shirelles' first hits, Baby It's You, was Burt Bacharach. Just an amazing that Burt was another like Carole King that wrote a lot of songs that you had no idea, that they were behind these songs. It looks like the winner, I thought it was going to be Helen Walton at 30, but it was actually Karen Clayton who said 37, and the answer was 38. 38. So that's 38 what hits that Dionne Warwick had?
38 singles.
38 singles that Dionne Warwick had of Burt Bacharach songs. It's crazy, right? It's a lot of great music. So our next performer I want to bring up, she's been on the show before. I adore her. She's one of my dear friends. She's also the I always forget.
She's sales manager.
Right. Oh, sorry. Okay, sales manager. I was, I usually say something wrong, like they're the owner. Sales manager of the Bucks County Playhouse, and an incredibly talented performer. And I'm glad to have her on the show tonight to sing this next song. Please welcome Kathy Graham.
Thank you so much, Bob. This is incredible, the way you're keeping us all connected. And we're all learning this great new technology. It's pretty amazing. So this next song on the Bacharach David Hit Parade was originally recorded in 1963 by Dionne Warwick. It was later recorded in '64 by the incredible Dusty Springfield and a little lesser known artist from England by the name of Cilla Black. I hope I do it justice. Anyone who ever loved could look at me and know that I love you. Anyone who ever dreamed could look at me and know I dream of you, knowing I love you so. Anyone who had a heart would take me in his arms and love me too. You couldn't really have a heart and hurt me like you hurt me and be so untrue. What am I to do? Every time you go away, I always say, this time it's goodbye, dear. Loving you the way I do, I take you back. Without you I die, dear, knowing I love you so. Anyone who had a heart would take me in his arms and love me too. You couldn't really have a heart and hurt me like you hurt me and be so untrue. What am I to do? Knowing I love you so. Anyone who had a heart would take me in his arms and love me too. You couldn't really have a heart and hurt me like you've hurt me and be so untrue. Anyone who had a heart would love me too. Anyone who had a heart would show
Kathy. That is, as somebody was just writing in the comments so nicely, chapstick. That is, it's a hard song to sing. It's a hard song to play. It's just that, the thing about Burt Bacharach is it sounds so natural, but the rhythms are so tricky. And that one, I think, is the hardest rhythm. I mean, I think it took me forever to try to figure that one out. It's just tricky. So, Kathy, you nailed it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Can't wait to have you back on the show. Also, so I want to tell you the next trivia question before I forget. So Burt Bacharach won 3 Oscars. Now, one was for a score, but 2 of them were for songs. And what songs do you think these were? 2 songs. That's all you need. 2 Oscars.
Jeopardy that didn't they?
Yeah, I should go like. Yeah, there you go. So I've done that in over 3 months now. So, use it or lose it, I always say. So after this next song, which happens to be the answer to one of those, I just gave it away. So there you go. Here's the answer to the next song. You're going to all sing along. Please welcome to lead you in a little sing-along number that won an Oscar, Bob McHugh.
Raindrops keep falling on my head, and just like a guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops keep falling on my head, they keep falling. So I just did me some talking to the sun, and I said I didn't like the way he got things done, sleeping on the job. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. But there's one thing I know, the blues they come to meet me won't defeat me. Won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me. Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining. It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me. Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining, because I'm free. Nothing's worrying me.
That's so fun, Bob. Thanks, thanks for doing that. Well, I forgot to mention Bob McHugh is Bob McHugh's a retired reporter, and he was a spokesperson for 2 New Jersey governors. And in his spare time, whenever he can, he loves to sing. And there's an example of it. I love the raincoat. I can't believe you even have one of those yellow raincoats. I always wanted one, but I never had one.
Was it the Morton Salt guy?
He's the Morton Salt man. That's what he is.
The fish sticks guy, right?
Or fish sticks. That's right. Morton
fish sticks.
Fish sticks. Right. I also wanted to say something else about my friends, the Jacobs, who are sponsoring the major sponsor of tonight's show, and thank them again. So they have this amazing stores I was telling you about. It's a gift store, and everybody in North Jersey knows it. It's very familiar with it because of their specialized stuff that they do. I have many items from it. But the funniest, the cutest thing I want to tell you about this store is that they're synonymous for a lot of things, for their amazing gifts, but especially for the famous green boxes. Yes. When you get, and that's Jean in the middle and Catherine and Gretchen on each side. When you get a green box, it's really special. Now, one thing I like to let you know, a little story. So I have these here in my office because we give them occasionally to brides when we do bridal shows, and we, award
Raffles.
the raffles. We give them, this special gift, and it's from F. Gerald New. There's two things I think in life a man remembers. That look on a woman's face when you say congratulations, and she says, "I'm not pregnant." It's something you do once in your life and you never do again. The other thing is when somebody gives you a gift from F. Gerald New in front of Jean Jekyll and you say, "Oh my God, the green box." It's like the second best only to get in a Tiffany's teal box. And the look on Jean's face when she says, "Second?" It's right up there. It's a mistake you make once because these are as special as anything from Tiffany's, and anybody I know that's gone there would know it. Anyway, moving right along. Oh, I give you the answer? I don't think anybody got the answer. Raindrops.
Yeah, they did on Facebook. On Facebook, yes. Karen Clayton again.
Karen
cheating.
Clayton got it. Arthur's theme. Karen, I know you cheated. I know you looked on.
She blames it on the Tito's.
Because Karen's drinking Tito's too. When I'm playing at Moonstruck, Karen always sends me over my Tito's, and I thank her as my enabler. But she's really Karen Clayton.
Tito's is not brain food.
Yes, it's not in the brain food group. So anyway, our next performer is. I'm so glad to have her back tonight. I adore her. She's from Philadelphia. She's performed all over the world, most particularly in Mykonos, many shows for many years. She was a staple over there for, I think, months on end. And we never get to work together that much, except in my showcases here and there that I would do. But now that we're doing this, we get to work with each other a lot. And you're going to see a lot of her, and you're going to love her more every time you hear her. So please welcome Kathy Babe.
Hi. Kathy Babe Robinson with Bob Egan. I want to thank him for this beautiful track I get to sing to. And it's a song by Burt Bacharach that was also done by Dionne Warwick and Patti LaBelle. So I hope you like this one too. My darling, believe me, for me, there is no one
Forever
my prayer? Why don't you answer my prayer? Please answer my prayer. Answer my prayer.
Thank you, Kathy. It was so well done. I love that song, right? Who doesn't feel good when you hear that? Of course, some of you probably hear that and remember, was it My Best Friend's Wedding with the lobster things? They were, that song like had a whole new, it's
Like a comeback.
Yeah, big comeback with that after that movie from that movie. It was great. Want to also let you know our theme for next Wednesday are the Beatles. We're going to do all songs by the Beatles, by Lennon and McCartney, and I think there's a Ringo in there too. And what else I want to tell you about? I want to tell you about something else. So Monday, last night I had the pleasure of being on Broadway on demand on Michael Mackessy's show, which is on Tuesday nights, which was a real treat to be on it. And it's kind of fun because we were laughing on the show about how like Monday nights it's Jim Caruso and his Broadway cast party, or pajama party, I think they call it now, pajama cast party. And Michael's on Tuesdays. I have Wednesdays and Sundays. Fridays, my friend Eddie Bruce and Tim McLoone's got a show Friday, and I keep
Randy too. You just
and I was just about to say, and Randy Roberts is going to have a show coming from Key West on Friday night. So Friday night, it's going to be another one of those nights for me. It's going to be a stressful night where I'm going to be with an iPad, a phone, and a laptop all at once, trying to watch everybody at the same time.
And then with John's shows too.
And then, of course, John Richardson and all our virtual piano bar team. John Richardson is an animal. Like I said, he's young, so he can do 5-6 shows a week. I don't know how he does it. He's amazing. I just love
energy.
it. Endless. And he's on 5 nights a week and then a cocktail hour too. John Richardson is one of the major producers of this show. And also in the virtual piano bar, we've got Todd Alsop, Joe Regan, Kenny Green, and David Mayoko, who I mentioned earlier. And it's so well run. You guys are the best. Our next performer we have 2 more performers in the show tonight that have never been on the show before. So finally, if you came to Asbury Park, to Moonstruck or the Asbury or the Rum Runner in the last couple of years, you probably have heard Johnny Menotti. So one of the, as far as I'm concerned, also one of the most iconic Burt, Bacharach, and Hal David songs is this one. Please welcome for the first time Johnny Menotti.
A chair is still a chair, even when there's no one sitting there. But a chair is not a house, and the house is not a home when there's no one there to hold you tight, and no one there you can kiss goodnight. A room is still a room, even when there's nothing there but room. But a room is not a house, and the house is not a home when the two of us are far apart, and one of us has a broken heart. Now and then I call your name, and suddenly your face appears, but it's all a crazy game. When it ends in tears. Please come back to me. I can't live with just your memory. I'm not meant to live alone. oh please be there, still in love with me. Now and then I call your name, and suddenly your face appears, but it's all a crazy game. When it ends in tears. Please come back to me. I can't live with just your memory. I'm not meant to live alone. Turn this house into a home. When I climb the stairs and turn the key, oh please be there, still in love with me. Still in love with me. Still in love with me.
Nice job, Johnny. So I was talking to Johnny last week, and I said, you should do one of your Burt Bacharach songs because he does a couple. And he said, oh, well, I'm going to do A House Is Not a Home. And I said, do we have? Wait, I have to record it for you. He said, oh, I taped you in one of our rehearsals. I'm good to go. Don't worry about it. I didn't even know that existed. So beautiful job, Johnny. It's a beautiful song. Thank you. It's good to see you again, and I'm sure a lot of people are glad to see you back. I also want to thank, too, say hi to some other people watching, Leone and Doylestown, two of my friends, Patricia and Robin from down by Atlantic City, and Marie from Odette. Thank you for watching. It's been a long time from our 21 years there, and it's so nice to know that I think Mary Jane, your sister-in-law, was out there watching on Sunday, and it was so nice to have you there tonight. And I'm sure Randy Roberts, who's watching, is glad to know you're there too, because we were all like a big family for 21 years. Anyway, so our next performer is the creative partner in this show here, and he does all this amazing work, getting all these videos put together, and this is all new for everybody. Nobody was sitting around making these videos. Even professional singers weren't making videos at the time. They were out performing. So this is all a whole new art form for everybody. And a lot of times we get everything comes together in bits and pieces. And we have to somehow make it work.
Most of the time. Not some of the time. Most of the time.
Most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. And it's fine because we're all learning. I'm learning, and so are they. So Michael is the genius behind it. So good. So here he is to sing a song. Actually, it's a little medley we put together for you.
I'm really stuck on these Bob Egan tapes. I mean, what else do you got, Johnny? Come on, you're holding back. This has been fun, Bob. This is a great theme.
I think he's got like 100 of them out there.
It's a great theme. You didn't mention, you mentioned Carol Bayer Sager. You didn't mention probably his most famous ex-wife, because he's had 4 wives, I think, was Angie Dickinson. He was married to Angie Dickinson for like 15 years. Burt Bacharach.
Well, he's 92. He had time to fit a lot in. 92 years, you got time. You got me.
And when you think of his heartache in his life, you think about, good Lord, some of these songs take on a lot of different meaning, right?
Yeah. So we do our song? Yeah. What do you think? So these are songs I think you know.
Walk along the city streets you used to walk along with me, and every step I take reminds me of just how we used to be. Oh, how can I forget you, girl, when there's always something there to remind me. Always something there to remind me. As shadows fall, I pass a small cafe where we would dance at night, and I can't help recalling how it felt to kiss and hold you tight. So how can I forget you, girl, when and there's always something there to remind me. Yes, always something there to remind me. Oh, I was born to love you, and I will never be free. You'll always be a part of me. Do you know the way to San Jose? I've been away so long, I may go wrong and lose my way. Do you know the way to San Jose? I'm going back to find some peace of mind in San Jose. LA is a great big freeway. Put 100 down and buy a car. In a week, maybe 2 will make you a star. Weeks turn into years, how quick they pass. And all the stars that never were are parking cars and pumping gas. You can really breathe in San Jose. They got a lot of space. There'll be a place where I can stay. I was born and raised in San Jose. I'm going back to find some peace of mind in San Jose. Fame and fortune is a magnet. It can pull you far away from home. With a dream in your heart, you're never alone. Dreams turn into dust and blow away. And there you are, without a friend. You pack your car and ride away. If you should find you miss the sweet and tender love we used to share, just come back to the places where we used to go, and I'll be there. Oh, how can I forget you, girl, when there's always something there to remind me. Yeah, always something there to remind me. Oh, I was born to love you, but I will never be free. Always something there to remind me. Yeah, always something there to remind me. There's always something there to remind me.
Yeah. You like that
Thanks,
song?
guys.
That's
Thanks,
fun.
That was fun. Thank
It
you.
was fun putting those together, right? It was just a little hard doing after it changed to all black keys. But anyway, thank you, Michael. Great job. That's another song it's not easy to song. It gets up there, too. And Johnny, thank you so much for your nice comments. And all our performers are watching and making nice comments to each other. I love that. Yeah, I'm going to bring up our next performer. There's no way that we could have done this show tonight without this song. There's no way. Even if it wasn't a Burt Bacharach song, even if it wasn't a Burt Bacharach show, or if it was a Burt Bacharach show and it wasn't a Burt Bacharach song, it would be here tonight. And I'm so glad for the first time I'm having on the show from Philadelphia, someone I've known for years. I adore her Ella Fitzgerald show is to die for. Anything she sings is to die for. She's amazing. So please welcome the incomparable Paula Johns.
Hi, Bob. Hi, everyone. It's so nice to be here and be a part of this tribute to Burt Bacharach. This song is very important to me. I love this song, and it is so poignant at this time, the days that we're living in right now. It's all about what we need is love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another mountain. There are mountains and hillsides enough to climb. There are oceans and rivers enough to cross, enough to last till the end of time. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another meadow. There are cornfields and wheat fields enough to grow. There are sunbeams and moonbeams enough to shine. Oh, listen, Lord, if you want to know what the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. We need a little love. We need a little love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. Just a little love. Thank you.
Oh my God. I love that. Paula, that's the first time I ever got to play for you. All these years I've known you. I'd be too intimidated to play for you. But this worked. Thank you for doing that. I could not imagine ending the show any other way tonight. What the world needs is love. And people like you to support live music, as you always have. Thank you again to Jean, Gretchen, Catherine, and Ed, and Paul, all of you from the Jekyls that supported the show tonight. And more, and also thank you all from all over for spreading the word, sharing this with your friends, and growing our audience every week so that we can still present live music to you, bring it from our homes to yours. I have a great show coming up on Sunday. I have some new singers who haven't been in the show yet are going to be here with us finally on Sunday. And some of your favorites. And then we have the Beatles after that. So it's all going to be great. Thank you, John Richardson, Jonathan Hawkins, and Heather Lundstad, all my producers of the show, who are all running this from Provincetown up on Cape Cod, and where it's absolutely beautiful right now. And Michael Traupman, of course, for all your amazing work with the videos and creative input with everything that happens with this. And as I always say to everyone, please keep all your healthcare workers in your prayers, and support all your small businesses as we open and try to get back out and about. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you when I see you. Thanks.